Hey, I'm assuming you're moving fairly easily through the coursework as we talk. Let me get you back up here to your course home. This is probably where you're going to log in and go to. But now I hope you've gone through Milestone 1 and you're kind of, at least you know everybody and you kind of are beginning to get the gist of where we're going. So now we're going to Milestone 2. You're going to click up there. Let me, before I start you on this, just caution you down here, there's going to be a review that's going to come up. That review is just a little quiz, all right? And it may not even be obvious to you at this point, but in the course of the activities, you're going to have this little quiz. Now, the good news is it is not graded. It's just going to be a way for you to check yourself. And what are you going to check yourself on? Well, let's go back up here to learning activities. And in learning activities, I think you're going to encounter what I think is some of the most important things you're going to learn in this course. You're going to learn a little bit about elements of art. And what does that mean? Well, it means visually, what do you see? You see line, you see shape, you see color, space, texture, okay? It's going to show you some things about these and make sure you understand what we're talking about. And then it's going to talk about this little part right here is going to take you through the principles. In other words, how do artists or people who are communicating visually want to use all the things you see? Art, line, line, space, color, shape, that kind of thing. How do you put them together? Well, that's where this comes in. Now, again, you're given times, but let me help you here. 7 minutes, yeah, maybe. 12 minutes, oh, you're going to need a lot more time. In fact, this is what I suggest. At some point, I think there's a downloadable PDF that's going to come up here in a minute. We'll look for it. Download that and keep it right by you. The more you use that to help you with your discussions, the more comfortable it's going to get and the better you're going to learn it. Now, you don't have to memorize it, but trust me, you're going to use them a lot and pretty soon you're going to know exactly what you're looking for and how to do it. All right, so spend time again with your tasks here, your learning activities, and then we go click over here to 2 and it gives you basically what we've got. First one right off, art elements and design principles, practice observing, and that's exactly what I want you to do. Now it says you're going to need about an hour and a half on this, and I think you will. I think you will. This is part of the discussion, and we'll get to that milestone in a minute, and I'll be a little more specific. And then this is important this week too. Now this is the only time it happens, and this is a time where you have to kind of let me know where you are, not just who you are, but where you are. In other words, I need a way to get in touch with you, and maybe we need to get together either on the phone or we can text each other, or if you can Skype, we can do that. We just need to get together and be sure that everything's clear, and maybe it is clear, but maybe there are just a few little doubts or a few little questions. So anyway, that's the kind of thing we'd like for you to do here. I'll give you a grade for making this contact, so when you go to task 2, be sure you do that and try to do it in a timely manner, like I said. And then here comes our submission. Now the submission is going to ask you to go back to your Milestone 1 final submission and add some stuff. So you're going to need some time again to put that together. And we have a discussion set up for you. So if there are things you're not clear on, let's talk about them in the discussion, because there may be 10 other people who aren't clear on them either. All right? So that's just our overview on that. And then if you come down here, task 1 is where you really start getting busy. This is after you've done everything. And I think right up here, right here, Art Elements and Design Principle Handout PDF. You click on that, you'll download a PDF and you can print it out. And I would, all of these, they're going to be right there, and there's a little information on all of them. So, if you kind of know what line is, but wait a minute. There are different kinds of line, right? There are contour lines, there are dynamic lines, color. Oh, well, what do I need to know about color, right? Well, this will help you. So do download those and get them together. All right? Now here they're giving you a little insight. Review the learning activities, guide to viewing art. We've done all these. Remember, those were up here in learning activities. Go through all of those till you're kind of comfortable. Make sure that you kind of know what they're about, kind of. And you know what I do? I read through them once and then I kind of leave them alone, and then I come back and look at them again. before I sit down and try to put my responses together. Okay? So this is all task 1 for this second milestone. And here again, you're going to get a grade on this, a total of 70 points. This will appear in the grade book, and you can go and see exactly how much in terms of point credit you're getting. And again, if in this first one, for an example, it says answer the topic, well, you don't know what the topic is, but I'll explain that to you in a minute here. All right, here we go. We are given 2 options here, or at least one. I think I'm going to narrow this down and you're going to get the Venus of Urbino, but there are a couple other options that I could put in there. And then I'm going to ask you to do this, and this will all be in the discussion. You're going to go down to your response button down here, and you're going to click respond, and I'll give you a few instructions there if you need it, or helpful guides. And you're supposed to use your list now and tell how, when you look at this picture, how does the artist here, Titian incidentally, how does Titian use, say, color to make his composition? How does he use line? What kind of shapes? All right. And after you've done the learning activities, that'll make a little more sense to you. All right. So you're going to do this. So when you've done it in your discussion area, I'll give you a grade, and I try to do that within a couple of days of when you post. Then you hit here, go to task 2, and that'll take you to the next one, which is, well, not very hard, I don't think. All right, now then, this is the one where you're going to have to contact me. You're going to have a date to do it on, so do that, please. You're going to write all this down, preferred method of contact. You want me to email you, phone you, or Skype. Give me your phone number and email address or Skype address. Give me maybe an idea. I know some of you have small children, some of you have an awful workload, and for that reason sometimes texting is the best way, because you can turn your phone off and then text it when you get it, and that suits me fine. I like texting, and I think it's very convenient. I don't want to wake up any sleeping babies. I don't want to wake you up after you've had a long night, so by all means tell me what works for you. Okay? And a topic. Anything about your grade. I'm not very good at talking about life problems, but I think I can help you with your grade, and certainly where we're going into the course. All right, and then maybe general questions, like where do I go from here, or is this going to make a difference if I do that, or and I have opinions. They're not always great answers, but I'll help you any way I can, like I said early. Okay, and this goes after you've written that out on either a Word document, or if you're going to do text, that's fine. Then you want to drop, and when I say text, I mean rich text, drop that document then into Dropbox, or click this one, and that ought to be easy. And once you've posted, you're going to get 30 points. All right, just give me this information, we're good. Then you'll go down here to submission. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right down there. If you went straight down, it's under, you can't see it, but I can. You'd go to submission, and that will take you to this one, which is the final submission. Okay, now this is where you go back to the artwork that you chose under milestone 1, and this time what you want to do is add the analysis using your elements and principles information that you've just learned. And here again, give you some success ideas here. And down here, you're going to drop it in the Dropbox. And here's your rubric. And by gosh, you're ready for milestone 3. Hope that helps. Approach this carefully, give yourself some time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Take care.